On Monday, November 5th, Dominica recognized its annual island-wide activity known as Community Day of Service, or Journée Coup de Mer. Journée Coup de Mer is an integral traditional part of Dominica's independence celebrations where community members come together to engage in community building projects. Traditionally, Coup de Mer is the support given by community members to each other on individual or community projects without pay and usually involves community cookouts on the project. It is a pillar of the society and how many communities across the island developed in the early days, serving both the infrastructural development and the strengthening of ownership and community ties. Coup de mer is a Creole word that originated from the French term a coup de mer, which in times past meant two things. It meant a swift attack that relies on speed and surprise to accomplish its objective in a single blow, or a helping hand. It is the second term, a helping hand, which has for hundreds of years been a Dominican tradition. Every 4th of November, Dominica recognizes this day when Dominicans come together for community and nation building. GIS News took to the communities across the island to catch up with the numerous ongoing projects. GIS begins in the north of the island, where a road rehabilitation project was being undertaken in the village of Tukari, but the early morning showers posed a problem, hindering villagers from coming out in large numbers. In the community of Savanpai, villagers gathered to reinforce the fencing around the Savanpai basketball court. The fencing around the court was destroyed by the passage of Hurricane Maria, and the villagers hoped to fully fence the area by the end of the day. The villagers of Tatan undertook a road rehabilitation project to improve road access in that area. Work commenced with the participation of villagers anticipating completion by the end of the day. In the village of Vielle, the Honorable Prime Minister and other villagers were hard at work building a step for a pathway leading to the homes of elderly in the area called Gallion. He took time off to share details of the ongoing project in that community.
Well, we're here helping out project taking place in Penville, building some steps to improve access to some homes, especially if some senior citizens living beyond the steps. Obviously, the rain kept us back from starting early. We had rain up until after 10. So as the day goes by, people are joining. So we see a bigger group joining in. We still have other projects in the village, but because of the rain, the conditions are not conducive for doing any major work.
Chairperson of the Penville Village Council, Frances Alexis, says she is pleased with the community's participation in this year's Community Day of Service.
Well, it turned out good so far. The persons who are there, they can handle the project. There are things that they can do. But I believe more people will turn out. It's early still. Because of the rain, everybody stayed home, but I believe they will come on a little bit.
Another project was planned for the village of Penville, a road rehabilitation project, but the intermittent weather conditions made it impossible to get that project going. Alexis is hopeful that all the villagers can come together on the following Saturday to undertake this road rehabilitation project.
They agreed to do the project on Saturday. Everybody will turn out. As long as the weather is okay, it can be very messy. Mud. So as long as there is okay on Saturday.
The turnout in the community of Vacans was a massive one as villagers came together to rehabilitate one of the roads leading to a historic site and tourist attraction. This road is located in O2 Vacas.
In Vacas we have two projects. One improving the drainage to one of the obays, the O2 Bay, which has serious historical and contemporary importance. It's a major ecotourism site. It's also a location for the filming of Pirates of the Caribbean.
In close proximity to that project, GIS News caught up with some villagers cleaning and beautifying a Livingstone Street as part of the Community Day of Service project. Children, young adults and elderly joined in the effort of planting a tree and making Dominica green again.
Today we are cleaning, ensuring that we beautify the place, and that is something we usually do. We don't only wait for today to clean up. That is something we usually do, but today, because we want everybody to be engaged in doing something, we organize. So we're cooking food, persons have contributed to the drinks and so everybody is lending a hand. As you can see, we have children, the working class, everybody is involved in the project. Nobody stays home, that is, everybody is involved from since morning. We braved the weather and the rain and we are all out today.
Parents and villagers came together to clean up the Baroness Patricia Scotland Primary School in Vielle. The school was severely damaged after the passage of Hurricane Maria, and currently students are being housed at the Vielle Pentecostal Church. The workers of the National Employment Program in Vielle worked tirelessly to ensure that the school will be ready to house the students sometime this week. Work was also being done to re-roof the shed where the students normally gather for eating.
We are the primary school. We are seeking to get our students to reoccupy the school after it was severely damaged and destroyed by the hurricane. So we clean up the yard, the schoolyard. We'll be covering the school shed, the lunch shed. Our children have their lunch during school days. And also fixing up the plumbing so that the classrooms are set. Also, the environment is conducive for learning. So all in all, some of the happening, and we're pressing on.
GIS News moved to the community of Paybush, where work was taking place near the recently rehabilitated Paybush Primary School. Drain works were on the cards to be completed for the Community Day of Service. GIS News spoke with Deputy Chairperson of the Paybush Dodan Village Council, Bryson Williams.
We just did that road, so right now the drainage kind of posing a problem because the water is like going all over. So we decided to take this money to like do the proper drainage to go down to the main road. As you can see, all the guys are there. We just tried to get it started. We put the formwork together, and then we're gonna do some casting in about like half an hour, and then we're gonna get that going down as fast as we can reach for the day.
Also in that part of the community of Dodan, a box culvert was being built to make access to the community easier.
In Dodan, I think they're doing, there's a culvert, there's a water drainage that's very like, it's bad. So we asked the guys and them to do some backfilling and some culverts so that the classes so they can make like a bypass for the people in the late one going up to whereas people know where Nimi lives, yeah, they have difficulties passing there, so that's what they're doing right now. She called me this morning and she asked for the material. We told them that the materials are already available, so I guess she's on the other end doing her part in Dodan.
In the Southwest District, in sister communities of Scotshead, Soufriere and Gallion, GIS News met ongoing road rehabilitation, drainage and pathway paving. GIS spoke with representatives of the village councils who supervise the activities for those villages. In Soufriere, the chairman of the village council, Wifers Jules, gave updates on the ongoing drain repair and construction.
The idea is to improve the conditions there. As you can see, it's pretty much close to the beach, and also leading towards the Bubble Beach, which is a pretty much popular area. So you have people coming to that area, and it's not really attractive. So you want to improve the conditions, and then it's just the first part of it. It's just to right now we're going to box the drains, and then maybe not today because it has to set first. And then after we get somebody to do the slabbing of it after.
The enlarging and boxing of the drain will allow for the management of the volume of water in that area, particularly in time of rain. Members of the beautification team under the National Employment Project also got in on a community effort to ensure the beaches were properly cleaned, especially for the expected arrival of tourists. And from the beach cleanup, the ladies joined in on the other drain construction project just a few feet away.
Also, as you spoke to the ladies on the beach, we can never, and also because tomorrow's cruise ship, they realized that the condition on the beach cannot remain like that because we have to make it pretty much attractive for the tourists coming tomorrow. So the ladies decided to do some work on the beach as well too.
Anne-Marie Williams from the beach cleanup gave details.
It served the community good because we doesn't want strangers to come from abroad and see that our beach is untidy. We know that Hurricane Maria passed, but saying that we have to do what we have to do. We cannot just sit and watch. From the beach side, we are going to fall into concrete. Community day of service, we do what we have to do. It's one family and one love.
In the neighboring community of Scott's Head, Village Councillor Conrad Caesar spoke on the construction of a village pathway that he says, when completed, will be of great benefit to those residing in that area.
So when the council that came in as a new council, I take that opportunity to make a round in the community and look where we can have a community of service, for project of community of service. And I looked at area like need serious attention, and I used the community of service to build that road better for the people that walk in there. Some people getting high falls when they walk in with their high heels to go into church or work, and especially if rain falling, they slide in that area. And then I decided we'll take that project for community of service. I take it to the council, I take it on the table of the council, and then we decide about it, and then it was okay with the council members.
Caesar says though the project will serve for the good of many, he is disappointed with the turnout of the people of the community and encouraged community members to come on board with community projects going forward.
Our community service project do have nothing to do with what takes place in government affairs, who receive, who don't receive. Let us come together as one community with the council to work. Tomorrow they're going to say the council is not doing anything. The council is not looking for what they need to do. They're not making wrongs to see what is necessary to do in the community. Where is the support of our people? Before we have community day of service and we have project to do. They have a lot of people come for Kudme. We have people cooking for them today. We have the drinks there for them. And where are they?
In Gallion, a road construction project was well underway when the cameras of GIS visited. The councillor overseeing that project was Merlin Lewis.
Today we are doing a road leading to a lady by the name of Geraldine. This is a project which started 2 years ago, but because of Hurricane Maria we could not have continued last year. So today we are here to see how much we can do.
Another road rehabilitation project was also ongoing in the main street of Gallion.
Presently, we also have another small project ongoing higher up in the community. So we kind of sort of split those who desire to help today. But the total cost, actually, we are working with 4 yards of tarish and also 60 bags of cement.
Material for those projects was provided by the government through local government division. Another community in the southwest of the island where community members joined efforts for realizing a community enhancing project was Point Michel.
The village council gave us the cement and the tarish, and we are trying to help ourselves to do it because that's where we pass in, because our foot would break on our children. And we try to help ourselves to do it because it was very untidy. And we get support from the village council with the cement and some drinks and the food. So we are enjoying ourselves and is very happy to do it.
In the south of the island, the Honourable Member of Parliament for the Petit Savant constituency, Kenneth Daru, spoke of community projects which were underway in his constituency for Community Day of Service.
In the store, next Pichelin, we would be engaging in a white goods cleanup. Okay, so maybe if you're lucky, in fact, when it's passing through, the truck was just heading out of Pichelin with another full load of white goods, appliances. And then if you stop in the small hamlet of Stowe, you will see that they also have another small road project going on. In the area of Point Carib, we had a group of families who have some 30-something acres of land in an area called, I'm trying to remember the name of the area in Point Carib area, that they were engaging in the construction of some steps and a pathway towards that area. Bagatelle, we're also doing some drainage and road works in the area of Cadbois, right next to the Roman Catholic Church and Fonseca. We had 2 or 3 small projects, road works, drainage, etc. in Fonseca.
Honourable Dari says most of the projects in his area are infrastructural projects since the beautification teams under the National Employment Programme consistently ensure that the area is well taken care of.
The number of exciting projects are happening, mainly concrete works though. And I tell people concrete works because while we're making an effort to do what they call clean-up beautification, in building in an attempt rather to build the world's first climate resilient nation, we have a very rigorous and efficient NEP grouping up in the 37 constituency. We have NEP workers in Bagatelle, Fonseca, Point Carib, Pichelin. So along the road you will see that the highways, the drains and everything, the shrubs is well maintained. So this year we decided to concentrate on a few little road projects, drainage projects, etc.
Chairman of the Bellevue Village Council, Cyprian Defoe, commented on one of the projects in Bellevue.
All materials is on hand. What we need is to complete the job either manually or mechanically, because there is a lot of tree trunk and debris to remove so that we can get a proper storm drain going, concrete storm drain going to prevent erosion on the other side of the road. And that is coming on real well.
Honorable Daru, pleased with the turnout of the community members, attributed the involvement to the rekindled spirit of Kudme resulting from passage of Hurricane Maria, a disaster which forced Dominicans to lift each other through extremely difficult circumstances.
It's very encouraging as a member of Parliament and government to see this rekindled spirit of patriotism in this our 40th anniversary. I think a lot of it would be indebted to Hurricane Maria and of course Erica to a certain extent. And Hurricane Maria, we are in the first days before government and other agencies kicked in, that neighbors had to depend on one another for food, share whatever little they had, etc. comfort. So I think this has carried on into the year, and I think at this our 40th anniversary, I mean, they say life begins at 40. It's refreshing to see that people still have that sense of patriotism and the spirit of Kudme is well and alive. Yeah.
He says the efforts of community members for this special day and other days add to rebuilding Dominica as a resilient nation.
Every shovel of dirt that is removed, okay, whether it's today or any other day, every shrub, every piece of debris, that is picked up, every piece of garbage that is picked up along the road, every garbage, every trash that is not thrown out of a window and kept in your bag until you reach home, okay, lends to building resilience, because we would have seen during the passages of these weather events that a lot of the flooding was done because of blockage of waterways, and a lot of it was, that it was due to debris, sometimes appliances and all sorts of stuff, tires and everything that people would just randomly throw into these waterways. So, as I said, every shovel that is picked up, every inch of concrete that is poured into concrete in the waterways to control the waterways, every nail that is put on, okay, in securing your roof, whatever little that is done at the household level, community, of course, and national level, okay, every little bit helps in the building resilience. Yeah.
Welcome back. We continue where we left off from our reports on National Day of Community Service, which was observed island-wide on Monday, November 5th. Community Day of Service on the east of Dominica began on an overcast morning in Beautification with the creation of an access road to the home of a former firefighter. Village Council Chairman Mr. Jones Vielle told GIS News that Mr. Morris Ali, now disabled, has served Dominica and his community well.
Today, our council decided to undertake this project leading to Mr. Morris Ali's residence. Actually, Mr. Morris Ali is an ex-fireman. He have done a lot for the country and have done a lot for Beautification on a whole. And we are looking to facilitate him in case, because actually he cannot work. And if at all sickness prevail, that we can get the ambulance to go to his house for easy access.
GIS traveled on to Delis, where we met with Parliamentary Representative Honorable Peter Seja, who gave details of the community's planned projects, including cleaning up and beautification in La Ronde, road restoration in La Roche, and another drainage project in Casgori.
There are a number of other projects. One that stands out, though, is the project in the Casgori area, where the community has mobilized themselves. They provided all of the materials except the cement, and they are restoring the culvert crossing from the main road into Casgori. In addition to that, we have a number of other areas in Laron, for example, where they're doing cleanup and beautification, and Asha Laron, a councillor, has organized a group there with their trucks, and they're clearing the area. Also, in the upper the Balizi area of La Plaine, there is a small group doing some cleanup and beautification. So we have tremendous mobilization.
GIS ran into a group of young people in Kweyol on the outskirts of Rivière Syriac who were eager to display their pride in community by pooling their strengths in the cleanup project to the entrance of their hillside village. The Castle constituency was next, and GIS made sure to catch up with Parliamentary Representative Honorable Johnson Drago, who was eager to share details of the developments in his constituency, including the final cleanup of the Castle Primary School.
The council, they've been trying to tackle this project for a while, and this time government made an effort to ensure that they got all the material they needed. And I'm very happy that I'm seeing that we will complete both footing of this crossing today, because the guys who were there, they've really pushed a lot of work today. So both footing will be properly completed, and then in the coming weeks we will do the platform for this very important crossing. Additionally, at the primary school, there is a major final cleaning going on. As you know, that the Castle Primary was rebuilt almost in entirety, and the primary school students are presently at the Castle Secondary. So we're preparing to move the students up as soon as possible, and the parents are there doing a final cleanup, which I'm very excited about, because they will be moving into a rather new school very soon.
And finally, Parliamentary Representative of the Salibia constituency, Honorable Cassius Darrow, joined forces with the Siniku Youth Group to help recover the bus shelters, which had been severely impacted by Hurricane Maria in September 2017.
The Siniku Youth Group decided to take on the bus stop project, which was severely impacted by Hurricane Maria. So we have just completed the Siniku covering the Siniku bus stop area leading to the Lescaliteche. Further down in the community, we are also doing some more bus stop covering, because we realize when it is raining that our students who are going to school, who usually utilize these bus stops, they are having some difficulties. So we took a decision to cover all the bus stops in the Kalinago community and Atkinson and Trizzel.
Our first stop on the Western District was in the community of Dubla, where we met a group of men hard at work on the rehabilitation of one of the community's roads. We caught up with Councillor Leandra Bell Charles, who explained that the project was initially hampered by inclement weather conditions.
Unfortunately, the rain caused a little delay. We had a lot of rain this morning, so we haven't been able to do much. So what we have decided to do this morning is to prepare the road, do all the farm work. So hopefully, by the grace of God, on Saturday, God's willing, once weather is well, we will do the paving with the cement, because we do not want to go and mix the cement and then it starts to rain again, and then we cannot complete the work. So the gentlemen there, they're just preparing it, they're digging it, doing their farm work afterwards, and hopefully on Saturday we'll complete the project. The community of Dibla is really united in that Kudme concept. That is something that has never gone far away from us, and it's something we'll continue to maintain.
In the neighboring fishing community of Biosh, residents turned out in large numbers to play their part in the community project.
This is an area after Maria was compromised, and because of the difficulty, it could sink anytime. So it was a hazard, and they saw this as a very important project.
A few feet away, the youth of the community were actively involved in the cleanup of the beachfront.
You know, Biosh is a fishing community, and you need cleanliness, and that is where the cleanliness part of the project comes in. And I'm really proud of the Biosh people. I have to say hats up to them, their community spirit, their involvement, their love for country, their love for the government. Thank you so much. You know, children are my passion. Having been a teacher, you know, I love children. And, you know, so many times we bring down our young children. We say they involve in negative behaviors, negative actions. And to see these very young children being part of the process, smiles on their faces. It's not that they have been forced to do it. So Dominica has hope. Dominica has hope because we are building Dominica. This is the future of Dominica. And if we can build a safe place, make them take ownership of their community, their country, then we are on our way to success.
In Kweyol, Councillor Arthur Knight and a few residents of the community were completing preparatory work for the construction of a storm drain.
Being media, we are doing a very important drain. It's like a storm drain. It carries a lot of water, and every time we have hurricane and the sea is rough, you know, the sea back up and the water kind of come in and it flood in the place. So we are trying to see how best we can fix that thing because it's really a problem for the people living on the beachside. And transport, as you see, that's the beach, and people always come in there and bathe in the sea, and sometimes their transport get tangled in this, so we're trying to fix it as best as we can.
GIS News also caught up with Parliamentary Representative for the Salisbury constituency, Honorable Hector John, and a team of residents engaged in road paving project in the Dolphin Cove area.
What we are trying to do is to pave that road to go in there. It will make it easier for not only walking safety for people living in there. You have about 10 to 15 families living in there. So we want to ensure that they're safe. What we're looking at as well to work with Dominica to ensure that we have street lights as well. But what we're doing today on Community of Service is paving that road.
In Ochabando area in St. Joseph, we met the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the St. Joseph constituency, Kelvedaro, and several residents constructing a concrete footpath.
This is one of the roads in St. Joseph that is still in a mud road, and whenever it rains, the residents in this area have difficulty in walking that road. So together with the council and of course myself as a member of parliament and the villagers, we decided to undertake this project as one of the primary projects for the community of service. So far I'm very pleased with the turnout. We have over 25 young people and also some of the tradesmen in the community engaged in this project. And what is also very interesting, some of the returning residents from St. Joseph, they are also participating in this project. So it shows really the camaraderie of the community.
We stopped briefly in the community of GMIT where we met a hard-working group of residents completing a major cleanup of the roadside and drain clearing. Our final stop was in the community of Maho where we witnessed the construction of a sidewalk amidst intermittent showers.
4 contractors from the Maho constituency, really residents in Maho itself, came together to start a project in the Belfast area, starting first with the installation of sidewalks, and the intention there is to beautify the area and to come in with some nice benches and nice flowers, and to continue to doing the reclaiming of land and to build some stalls so you can bring some economic life in that part of the village. And I think it's absolutely important that we enhance the physical appearance of Maho, because Maho is a centralized location and you must traverse into Maho if you're coming from the northern part of the country, the west coast area into Roseau. So the whole issue of beautifying and keeping the area clean is actually very important.
GIS News also visited the northeastern part of the island. We were first greeted by scenes of an extensive beautification project in Marigot.
My name is Nell, and what I'm doing, I'm enhancing the area, planting hedges, palm plants, and on this other side is where my business place is. So I'm just basically enhancing the area. When tourists pass by or whoever pass by, they can enjoy the scenery, have a relaxing seat and everything.
At our next stop in Wesley, we caught up with the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Wesley constituency, Ezekiel Basil, on a road pavement project.
The village council, together with the rest of the villagers, have decided that they're going to actually repair this portion of road. This road can take you from one of the end of the village and right through onto the beach. If you sit down this way, we can go onto the beach and turn in and get into the hidden area.
Still in Wesley, we also met a few men using some tires to do some minor repairs to the roadway. Other young persons were also actively engaged in brush cutting and clearing of the roadside. Lenny Thomas is the Environmental Health Officer for the area.
This is the main road, Wesley. We're on the forward area, and we are the guys who just doing a little cleanup of the area.
In Woodford Hill, residents were actively involved in the transformation of the downstairs of the council's office into a hurricane shelter.
This is the Woodford Hill Village Council. I'm Bernadette Lawrence, the Deputy Chairperson of the council, and we are here now trying to fix up a downstairs so that we can use it as a temporary shelter just in case of any disaster. We are here. As you see, the young men, we have 2 councillors here, we have the clerk and other helpers here. We first trying to do something here with us this afternoon. Villagers are here with us helping, and we are happy with the turnout. Our bigger job will be on later. As you see, they are cleaning up, making the drain. So that's where we are at the moment now.
Chairman of the Woodfordale Village Council, Wales Honorary, also spoke with GIS News about this drainage and retaining wall projects.
For this Community Day of Service, we got approval to continue the project. So right now we see the guys are there. We are setting up the footing to start casting, and we pray God that the weather hold, because it has been a very wet morning this morning. But we're hoping to do our best, because we plan to stay all day long, and whatever is not completed, we plan to come back probably a week following this day, you know, to do what we have to do. It's not only the wall and the storm drain we are going to concentrate on, but then we have to further leave the top of this road for casting.
In Calabashi, we met this group of residents knee-deep in water undertaking a cleanup of this river.
Okay, right now, presently we are at the Live Sale, English word Salty River. This is a normal river that really flows through the center of the community. And in times before, it always used to be well kept. The river banks used to be properly cleaned. But since after Hurricane Maria, we seem to have a problem getting this place cleaned up. We thought that job would be more menial than what we expected today. So we're just trying our best to try to clean it so that the water we can get better flow with the river.
Honorable Rosalind Paul is parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency.
Creates a health hazard as it blocks, but they've done as much as they can in terms of manual, but we realize that we need to do further work in use of a machine. But the turnout, especially the women and men who are here, it's been very good.
Residents also cleaned up an abandoned lot in the community.
This place, as you see it right now, is not what it was an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. It was very deplorable with all this garbage packed out there in the bags. People would just buy their drinks from the other side and would just come and dump it here. It's a private property, but it's kind of neglected, so people just chose to throw the garbage here. It was a very sore state, and then we decided as a council that this is one of our first projects for Community Day of Service. So we had this group of women and other well-wishers from the committee who came this morning, and we had this place cleaned up.
We also caught on camera some brush cutting and drainage project. Similar to other years, efforts were being made to prepare meals for those engaged on the project.
Like Miss Paul said, we started late, and we're going to be doing some cooking, you know. So we have some chicken, we have some pig snout, we have some dumpling, you can see.
So one pot, everything going in?
Everything in one. That's what we're going to be doing here now.
GIS News applauds all those who participated in this year's National Day of Community Service.